Hi, hello, and welcome to yet another episode of JioEvents Studio. Today we have two talented folks from the customer success team talking about customer success management. Welcoming ladies, Devjani Chatterjee and Jaspreet Kaur. Over to you, girls.
Thank you, Anuk.
Thank you so much, Anup, for a nice introduction. So I think, Devjani, we can begin with the actual, part here, and we can begin discussing the definition of customer success management. We can let the people understand what it stands for. So over to you, Devjani.
Thank you so much, Jaspreet. So, sure, let's begin. In the beginning itself, let me tell you, Jaspreet, that when I was planning to join Reliance Jio as a customer success assistant manager, I have been asked these questions a lot many times, like, what is it that you're gonna do? What is your role all about? Or what is customer success management, for that matter? So I'd like to answer all those questions right now since we got the opportunity by saying that this role is a complete relationship focused client management. As the term itself is self explanatory, though, customer success management, the complete and entire end goal is to make the customer as successful as possible, be it with increasing customer returns or inspiring customer loyalty, and of course, the customer retention, boosting the lifetime customer value. And of course, we cannot forget about reducing the churn rate, the rate at which customer stops doing business with one particular entity. Now, Jaspreet, as we also do the initial implementation, we can call it as customer onboarding as well, because we believe that every software solution requires that initial setting, and of course, its enablement. At the same time, we do ensure that we do a complete knowledge transfer to the customer so that the customer is able to make the most out of the product. Now, Jaspreet and everyone who is watching us right now, I'd like everybody, all the viewers, to imagine a setting where, on the joint efforts of the technical team, shaped a product and the sales team is on it, has been doing the business out of it. Now, the customer comes back saying if the product had this feature, or the usability of this feature is complex, or having this feature end to end would have served our complete use case. Now, certainly we believe that these concerns would be best handled by a team who knows the product end to end and at the same time knows how it's ready to solve those real time problems.
Yeah,
Because at the end of the day, any product aims to solve a real problem. So, is the product solving a real problem? Is the product solving the problem it is made for? And this is where I would say we come into the picture, the customer
because,
success team.
yeah, correct, correct.
So these are the insights, particularly Jaspreet, I wanted to throw light on when we talk about customer success management and the entire role surrounding it.
So I think that was indeed very well elaborated and described, because especially that instance when you said that about the people who actually want certain feature or a certain thing enhancement in a product, and we could not cover it that well if we were not the customer success managers, as in knowing what they want and knowing what our product can solve in a better way.
So having said that, Jaspreet, I would really like to ask you and request you to throw light on the aspect where the line where customer success is getting differentiated from customer support, because I have heard a lot many people saying that maybe customer success is just customer support, or is it just simple account management? So would you like to tell us how it is different from customer support and account management?
Yeah, I think, of course, I would like to go ahead with the definition of this thing. I mean, the main differentiation, we all feel that the organization structure is the same and all the duties itself are the same. But that's not the case. There are some actual and solid differences between all these three roles that we talk about. So when we talk about the customer success versus customer support, I would just start moving ahead with this one. So I would say that the customers service, and customer support are primarily, reactive roles. When we talk about customer service and support, I would say they respond to the customer or users after an issue or any bug or any of the problem has already occurred. So that's why I said that they are primarily reactive roles. The customer success is a proactive role on the other hand. In that they try to anticipate, and we people, the customer success managers, customer success assistant managers, they try to anticipate and address the needs before the customers ever reach out to them. So
True.
I would say again the proactive and reactive thing. Another key difference, that is the main difference, is the metrics that they measure. So both of the roles have very, very different metrics when they measure to determine their success rates. When we talk about the customer support user metrics, they are like time to respond, customer satisfaction, handling time, and the first response resolution. So these particular metrics are for the customer support and service. Then, when we talk about customer success, they typically take different approach and use the metrics like expansion rate, reducing the churn rate. That is one of the most important thing, as you already discussed it in the last part when you were defining the customer success. So at a moment when we describe it, the reducing the churn rate, it comes into the picture automatically. The third thing is average recurring revenue. So that is again a very important thing. And then comes the customer health. So customer health, taking care of it and maintaining a sheet with the overall customer health score. These things are very, very, very important in the customer success. While there may be some overlap between the teams, customer success, customer service, the customer service is primarily focused on the metrics at the email level, whereas we, the customer success team, we are usually focusing on the relationships between the customers, amongst the customers and ourselves. So we are more focused on the life cycle level at a broader picture. Then coming to the account management and talking about the customer success, account managers, they try to woo the dissatisfied customers and handle the problems as they arise. So again, case by
True.
case interactions. Like customer service, it focuses on the case by case interactions and they're more reactive in nature. Also, the account management, it's the mindset is often different from the customer success management, as in they focus more on money coming in rather than meeting the customer needs. So that is again the main difference. I think that is these are the main, when we talk about main differentiations, main factors that describe the both of the things and describe the three things differently. So these are the main factors. I think that is all about it. Yeah.
Okay, Jaspreet, that is really a great explanation of how these roles should be differentiated and considered as a different role and not same or even similar
Yeah.
roles.
Yeah.
So, having said that, Jaspreet, I would really like to ask you that do you really believe that customer success brings positive outcome?
Yeah, so actually, when we talk about the customer success, it actually brings a lot of positive outcomes within an organization. So we already started talking about the positive outcomes when we actually started with this session, talking about the description, this definition of what customer success actually stands for. Then we actually differentiated it with the other two roles that people assume to be very, very closely related or the same to be with customer success.
Mhm.
So we already talked about many positive outcomes. I'll also highlight some of the main points that are actually highlighting that how the customer success would bring in the very, very positive benefits, and how the customer success avails those things for an organization. So talking about it, I would first go with the point that recurring customer returns. So whenever we talk about customer success, we as a customer success team want the customer to feel successful with the product that we are offering them. Then,
Right.
so having said that, we want the customers never leave us. For the subscription based things or the SaaS products, we want that the customers should stay intact with us. We want them to engage with us with certain different things by taking their feedbacks and actually bringing them to the action. And with these particular things, with these actions, the customers tend to stay with us because they believe that we are valuing them. And when the value comes into the picture, the customers stay with one trusted product, one trusted team. So again, this first point that I mentioned that recurring customer returns. Within these models, the companies actually need their customers to see the value in their product right away and stay engaged with it consistently in order to grow themselves and to feel, as I said, successful with the product. And the second most important point, which is related, which is interrelated, is that you also, Devjani, talked about, that is reducing the churn rate. Reducing the churn rate is a key goal there. That means you have to understand that your users are, you know, you have to understand your users. We have to work to cut down the churn rate to thrive, and the customer success focuses on spotting the red churn flags. It also actively uses the data to enhance the customer's experience. And I also talked about the health data earlier also in the previous section when we were talking about. And similarly here also, ultimately, the customer success teams glean valuable feedback from the customers. Unless and until we are having the valuable feedback, we won't be able to understand what our customers are actually expecting from us, how we can bring in the more suggestive and better way around for them to solve their problems, as well as bring a nice changes, nice enhancements and nice improvements, overall evolvement in the product. When they combine that information with the customer health data, the valuable feedback that we are getting from the customers, they can inform the product. We, as in they, as in we, can inform the product and the development teams to create the proactive enhancements and additions. So this is the second thing again I was saying about the churn rate. Then the last and the most important thing I would say is generating the more customer returns.
Mm. True.
Staying with the already existing customers, reducing the churn rate is very important. But at the same time, generating more customer returns, having more customers, and making more customers, staying with more people is also very important here. So in this thing, customer success team leads to higher customer retention, which in return generates the recurring customer returns and potential for expansion or cross sell the opportunities. As such, our main focus should be on helping the customers work towards their goals and then identifying if they need the additional resources or the products. So I think again, these are the main positive outcomes, main results that the customer success teams are bringing in. Yeah, so I think this is it. I think pretty much
Mhm.
these 3 points are elaborating enough how do the customer success actually brings in the positive results.
So, Jaspreet, after talking about the definition, the role, what it deals with, and we also discussed the positive outcomes of the same, that how it brings positive outcome to the team, to the entire product.
Yeah.
Now, I would really like to talk about that how it all started, customer success. So, as far as I am aware, customer success, the role, it started back in 1990s, to be very precise in 1996, but the end goal, the entire real motive was just the same, which is all today, to grow the relationship with the customers. So it all started there with that real motive, and I think the real motive is still the same, to establish that level of relationship with the customer and generate customer returns as a whole. So, Jaspreet, would you like to throw light on this aspect also and tell us how it all started, evolved, and where are we today?
Yeah, so that is rightly said that the customer success actually started back in 1996, and the real motive was, of course, to grow the relationship with the customers and generating the customer returns as a whole. When we talk about generating the customer returns as a whole, again, that wouldn't be enough with what roles and what traditional organization structure was already existing that time.
Mhm.
And to get the results they wanted, again, as I said, this traditional organization structure wouldn't be enough. They needed to take a different approach altogether. So from there to 1996 to 2004, actually, when the team started to be recognized as the customer success management team that it is today, the customer success industry has actually flourished and more with the shift towards a digital landscape. So, as again, 2004, it was actually recognized as a customer success management team. And as we already are there today, me and you sitting with the similar roles, same roles, there are so many people who are actually working in the different organizations with this role to take the motive forward to flourish the industry with the shift with the towards the digital landscape, and actually we know it's actually flourishing. It's bringing up very positive results, and it's bringing in many different verticalized customers. As we understand the needs better today, we want to understand how many different areas, use cases we can cater, and in the very better ways with a broader picture in our mindsets. So yeah, this is how we are there today and doing it in a more better way.
Jaspreet, very well said, and very interestingly, it's relied upon this aspect, like how it actually started and where are we today. It literally evolved from it where it all started. So that is very interesting to note that how proactively the customer success team right from the beginning has taken it up and kept putting it forth. And now we know exactly where we are, as you
Yeah,
said.
correct.
So, discussing it all, now we think that we should talk about the question of the hour. Because I also personally think that, after the entire discussion, all our viewers would be interested to know that the role, the career option we are talking about, is it actually a good career option? Having said the entire thing about the entire role. So, Jaspreet, let's go ahead with it. And let's talk about whether it is a good career option and what role and how it's gonna take us forward.
Just about to ask that thing, Guli. What do you say about this question?
Sure. So personally, Jaspreet, the personally speaking, I would say absolutely. I really believe that it's a good career option. I feel that it's a very rewarding job. So it's full of growth opportunities, not just in terms of professional development, but also in terms of personal growth. So you get personal growth along with professional development, and at the same time it's very flexible and versatile.
You're
And
right.
uh, you get that validation from the customer that you are working towards something and they are able to work through and use and enjoy the product and solve their real time problems. So that level of validation adds to what you are working forward. What do you feel about
Of course, it is. I also feel that I'm doing something very valuable for the organization that I'm working for. The reason being that I'm actually interacting with the source of, you know, the product that we are working for. And
that?
I personally believe that everything we do with the product or everything we do with the service, it should be a customer centric thing. When we are
Absolutely.
actually making it for the customer success, it's actually a very important thing for us to do. And I think that's why the role is very important. Yeah.
Yeah, we should make customers successful as it's the
Mhm.
end goal. And
Yeah.
of course it's all about customers because we are working towards solving a real problem, and the problem is who's the customers, the clients who are actually using it. Now we get to interact to them via this role, and we know that how our product is solving those problems. So having said that, uh, I would really like me, Jaspreet, and all the viewers right now watching to move to a very interesting note where I'm going to ask few questions, and you would know whether you are that person, whether you are there, or whether you're a perfect match or not. So let's do it, Jaspreet.
Sure.
So
Go ahead.
everyone, I'd ask, yes. So everyone, I'd ask that, are you a people person? Do you empathize with customers' experience of a product or service? Can you glance through the glasses of a customer and actually validate the ultimate aim of the product? This is it. Now you know. There you are or not. So,
Yeah.
just be, what do you say? Are you a perfect match?
Yeah, I was already up with the answer that yeah, I actually feel that it's in me. I would say that I am a perfect match for the role. I actually like empathizing with people, understanding their point of view, their experience, putting myself into their shoes, dancing to their glasses, as you said, validating the ultimate aim of the product through their eyes, the people who are actually gonna use the product. And I think, yeah, I am the perfect match for the role. Yeah,
Okay, so everybody, you also know that you're there or not, or whether you're a perfect match or not. And if you are, please go ahead and serve more customers, serve the real purpose the product is made for. We would
yeah,
definitely say that. And on this, we would really, with a heavy heart, we'll move to the conclusion of this entire talk.
of course, I think we should end it on a different note. So, um, yeah, wow. So that actually seems to be a very good talk on the customer success. And we tried our best to, answer every query that there is in the people's mind regarding to this role. So I think we should go ahead and we can conclude this by saying that please check the description with the website link for more details. And we're actually gonna share our email address to reach out for the demo. If you like this video, please do press the like button and share it with the contacts for more such content with JioEvents Studio on tech, cultural, and more insightful talks.
Do subscribe to the channel and follow us on all our social media handles. Don't forget to hit that bell icon to never miss an update from us, from Geo Events. On that note, adios.
And see you in the next one. Bye bye.
See you on the next one. Bye bye.